What's going on, Reset TV? It's gravitating away, and I am so highly disappointed in myself. Not even this Tyler Perry movie, y'all. And before we start, look, if you're new to the channel, please tap in, click in, subscribe, because I feel talk about this, y'all. And before we start, man, I caught a Twitter comment. This post presents the movie so accurately. It says, well, I gave into peer pressure and I watched Mea Culpa, and it was just as terrible as I knew it would be. That is no one's fault but mine, knowing the menace that is Tyler Perry. Menace. Listen, y'all, I gotta honestly admit to y'all, I deserve this. And I'm mad at myself, man. I'm just mad at myself. Look, the movie starts off automatically telling you why you should back away, because it starts off showing directed and written by Tyler Perry. And shame on you, Kelly Rowland, because you had your little hands on the production. And girl, you know I love you, Kelly. You know what I mean? I got nothing but love for Kelly Rowland, man. You my favorite Destiny's Child. But how can we sit here and pretend you was not a part of a shit show? If y'all see me putting the Twitter comments, it's because it's to give it, context. There's a reason why people wasn't feeling this film. And I don't want you guys just to take my word for it. As you're listening to me, you can go ahead and read as I'm scrolling through these Twitter feeds. The movie was that bad. Anyone that tells you that they love this movie, especially if they're your significant other, you got a weak broad. No offense. I'm going to keep it a buck. That woman literally just loves certain things for her devious mind, because there's nothing you can get out of this movie that would tell you, hey, I really enjoyed myself. You enjoyed lust. No surprise, right? Tyler Perry movie. Broken families, broken marriages, wife crossing the line per usual. But let's get a little bit layered real quick. Shitty script, horrible pacing, nonsensical plot. I mean, the plot was everywhere. And when I tell you it was everywhere, I swear it's like Tyler Perry was hoping he wrote, because the plot was so horrible, it's like he wished he wrote a Peel script or something. I mean, he tried to add so much twist to this, especially towards the end, that it was horrible. Underdeveloped characters. I mean, it went nowhere with the character development, I promise you. The villain colorism trope is it's a new one because it's in reverse. And I saw somebody pointed that out on Twitter. But seriously, we could start with the typical husband who's clearly trying actually this time to work things out with his wife, i.e. Kelly Rowland. Kelly is this lawyer who takes on a client who's being accused of a murder because they can't find the body. Homegirl just vanishes. And that client is played by Trevante Rhodes. Good brother, but damn, Trevante, you lost gigs by aligning yourself with the so-called Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry got to be a booty bandit. I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold back. I know people been alleged these things. But even the sex scenes in the film was focused on this man's rear end. And let me go ahead and say this. If my wife is watching this, man, I already told you, I haven't watched a Tyler Perry flick in forever. But I catered to your wants. You want to check it out. You're hearing it's being promoted by the likes of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like they're not a part of that gatekeeper circle, right? So whatever, we ain't doing nothing. It's Friday night. Kids are sleeping, chilling. All right, let's watch it. You know how something hits your spirit like you know you did something wrong? Well, the minute I pressed play, I knew something was wrong. But back into the sex scenes, it's like all these flicks are centered around just sex scenes, unnecessary sex scenes, because I don't know what that had to do with the core of the movie itself. Tyler, man, I gotta tell you this real quick. You love presenting your movies as directed and written by Tyler Perry. Why have a writer's room? Dude, for the love of God, start allowing so many other great minds to get in that room and challenge you, brother. And for whoever's in his so-called circle of writers, y'all weak, man. Y'all let Tyler take on these so-called projects and dismantle it in every way, shape, and form possible. Look, Kelly Rowland, I gotta keep it a buck. Yeah, I like you, but you was a part of a narrative that's just non-stop showcasing black folks in the most horrible, degrading way. And then a lot of you black women root for this garbage. As long as it's some dude, you feel me, in Travante's case, that y'all probably find attractive, and it's like, forget the plot. It's like children watching something, right, that can capture their attention, when if you ever put your thinking cap on to enjoy a film, the plot is the main part of it. This plot was everywhere, y'all. Light skin energy per usual of some of his casting. I mean, the derailment of a movie that probably had potential is bogus, because from the jump, what potential this movie had. Because Kelly Rowland was starring in it. Then you throw in a Trevante Rhodes. It's almost like an appeal to capture you, to click bait was the goal. Then I'm like watching this movie unravel furthermore, right? I'm going to skip most of it because I'm telling you, there's really nothing to see here. Unless you just want to see some sex scenes. By the way, Kelly Rowland, you don't see much of her, which I was hoping to see something. I ain't going to hold you. I was hoping to see that body, Kelly. But it's like Tyler Perry has this crazy infatuation with the male body. I promise y'all. It was one point. I don't care how secure I am with myself, I had to walk away because it's like the focus was on Travante's rear end. And mind you, Tyler Perry directed and has the controlling rights to this. So that brother, that's what he's about. That's what he wanted to see the whole time. Look, so we're going towards the end, right? So you're already kind of like frustrated with the whole narration of the movie, the plot, everything. And here comes the typical Tyler Perry twist. Sometimes you welcome a twist, no matter how, I guess I could say, predictable it would be. You still welcome a twist, right? There was nothing good about the twist. The twist was so rushed. This entire project was rushed. You can tell. And it just made no damn sense. The key things I can take out of it: Kelly Rowland basically crosses the line, right? She sleeps with her client while her husband is trying to work on his faults. Mind you, he never cheated on her. She sees a picture that triggers her to do what she did, meaning her so-called friend zone homeboy / playing a role of either, bestie or one of the alphabet boys that's hanging around her. It's weird. Their friendship is so freaking weird and non-realistic in reality. Like, it's non-realistic, but he's her private investigator. So he sends her a picture of her husband in a hotel room, going to a hotel room with another woman, only to find out that the entire family gathered in the hotel room. But before she can see more than just that picture, she uses it as an excuse to go sleep with the dude she's already attracted to. She already wanted to mess around with. And it's like, that's the only part that I took about it that I can align it with reality, because a lot of times, not just women or men, but we're talking about women, you want an excuse to do what you already wanted to do. And Kelly Rowland crossed the line, slept with Trevante Rhodes, that is, her so-called client, breaking all professional rules, right? Only to find out after she sleeps with the brother that her husband didn't cheat on her. Everybody is, hugging her. The so-called best friend, who's the sister-in-law, is treating Kelly Rowland like, It's okay. They're there. Like, no matter how wrong y'all do, it's okay. Nothing's wrong with it. This is what Tyler Perry promotes, the destruction of the black family, and I stand on it. You know, what else are you going to get from a dude that's, I don't know if he's 50 yet, damn near close to that, probably past 50, I don't know. No hardcore relationship, none of that. So what does he care about presenting the black family in a positive light? But moving forward, man, I regret it, and shame on me for even clicking on that video. You know, I'm not going to even use wifey as an excuse. I should know what I'm going to get this time, you know, in general with Tyler Perry. It's a coon flick, real talk. So this is something that I want to bring out to y'all, and heed to my warning. There's no point of checking out a Tyler Perry clip, or if you're watching it, scroll to that crap. Just scroll through it. Maybe stop at scenes you want to look at just for aesthetic purposes. That's it. And you'll be good, because this brother gets praised by certain black leaders in our community, and I don't understand what for. I'm still lost. Y'all claim it's about jobs, right? But y'all the same one telling me Taraji deserves to get paid more. Well, Taraji aligns herself with a Tyler Perry who never produces range with actors or actresses. There's no range. The acting was that bad, y'all. Kelly, man, Kelly Rowland, you know I love you. I don't want to do this, but you was a part of a shit show. That's what that film was. And it's so many other ways intellectually I could break this down, but it's not worth it. It's not really worth my breath. Heed to my warning. This is one of the worst movies he's ever produced. And for a man that made a career out of, you know, wearing dresses and portraying an old woman, which he's addicted to doing that, I gotta admit, this is one of his worst ever projects. I promise you. Look, this was gravitating away, just trying to be real on some, you know, on something like this. Nothing but a shit show. I promise you. I'ma holla at y'all.